1. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. 2. The strongest man in the world is he who stands most alone. 3. Great eagles fly alone, great lions hunt alone. Great souls walk alone with God. Such loneliness is hard to endure, and impossible to enjoy unless God accompanied. Prophets are lone men, they walk alone, pray alone, and God makes them alone. 4. Leave my loneliness unbroken. 5. If one's different, one's bound to be lonely. 6. I'll never forget how the depression and loneliness felt good and bad at the same time. Still does. 7. The trouble is not that I am single and likely to stay single, but that I am lonely and likely to stay lonely. 8. Loneliness is only an opportunity to cut adrift and find yourself. In solitude you are least alone. 9. I have found both freedom and safety in my madness. The freedom of loneliness and the safety from being understood. For those who understand us enslave something in us. 10. I am stronger than depression and I am braver than loneliness, and nothing will ever exhaust me. 11. My loneliness was born when men praised my talkative faults and blamed my silent virtues. 12. Solitude was my only consolation, deep, dark, death-like solitude. 12. He who believes is strong, he who doubts is weak. Strong convictions precede great actions. 13. Loneliness and darkness have just robbed me of my valuables. 14. I was a man who thrived on solitude. Without it I was like another man without food or water. Each day without solitude weakened me. I took no pride in my solitude, but I was dependent on it. The darkness of the room was like sunlight to me. 15. When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. 16. She did not know the nature of her loneliness. The only words that named it were, "This is not the world I expected." 17. A sad soul can kill quicker than a germ. 18. Success definitely brings on loneliness. People think you're lucky, that you have everything. They think you can go anywhere and do anything, but that's not the point. One hungers for the basic stuff. 19. All great and precious things are lonely. 20. Loneliness, tenderness, high society, notoriety. You fight for the throne and you travel alone. 21. I had traded the fight against love for the fight against loneliness, the fight against life for the fight against death. 22. Real loneliness is not necessarily limited to when you are alone. 23. Solitude is different from loneliness, and it doesn't have to be a lonely kind of thing. 24. If you fear loneliness, then don't get married. 25. Loneliness is equal to the radius of one's awareness. 26. Loneliness is emptiness, but happiness is you. 27. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. 28. I hold my face in my two hands. No, I am not crying. I hold my face in my two hands to keep the loneliness warm. Two hands protecting. Two hands nourishing. Two hands preventing my soul from leaving me in anger. 29. Loneliness becomes a lover. Solitude a darling sin. 30. Fiction is one of the few experiences where loneliness can be both confronted and relieved. 31. I'm supposed to be. I am an artist. Yes, I'm lonely, but I'm married to my loneliness. 32. Start announcing freedom from anything that's holding you back. Freedom from addictions, freedom from loneliness, freedom from lack, freedom from struggle. You are prophesying your future. Your words are setting the direction for your life. 33. What should young people do with their lives today? Many things, obviously. But the most daring thing is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. 34. We're all lonely for something we don't know we're lonely for. How else to explain the curious feeling that goes around feeling like missing somebody we've never even met? 35. Greatness lies, not in being strong, but in the right using of strength. And strength is not used rightly when it serves only to carry a man above his fellows for his own solitary glory. He is the greatest whose strength carries up the most hearts by the attraction of his own. 36. Maybe everybody in the whole damn world is scared of each other. 37. Words are loneliness. 38. It is not time or opportunity that is to determine intimacy, it is disposition alone. 7 years would be insufficient to make some people acquainted with each other, and 7 days are more than enough for others. 39. Though we are all human beings, we have built walls between ourselves and our neighbors through nationalism, through race, caste, and class, which again breeds isolation, loneliness. 40. I felt a haunting loneliness sometimes, and felt it in others, young clerks in the dusk, wasting the most poignant moments of night and life.